High School Musical 2 was the best one out of the franchise, in my opinion, and it was set during the summertime. The movie revolves around East High students getting jobs at a country club. Ryan and Sharpay's parents are members at this country club, and the movie's supposed to make you hate Sharpay and feel sympathy towards Ryan. And at some point, Ryan tries to get Chad to perform in the club talent show, but Chad refuses, saying that he doesn't dance, even though he's steady dancing throughout the whole song. And there's a lot of subtext about being dancing, being girly and effeminate, but Ryan, who's a dancer and also an athlete, wants to prove to Chad they aren't that different from each other, that theater and sports are more alike than Chad thinks.
She's a runner, she's a track star. You'll never know, I know if you never try. There's just one little thing that stops me every time. Yeah, come on.
So, in I Don't Dance, Chad and Ryan take a break from their summer jobs to play a friendly game of baseball. And throughout the series, they hardly ever speak to each other. They're opposing teams. Chad, he's a jock, and Ryan, he's a theater kid. Through the innuendo in the lyrics of the song, Ryan attempts to seduce Chad in this game of baseball. And Chad, he screams in defiance that he, in fact, does not dance. He's not crumping. He's not doing the Dougie. He's not doing the jerk. This dude, he's not ham hocking. He's not hitting none. The song's pretty ironic. Chad, he's one of the top dancers in the movies, but when Ryan intimidates him, he retaliates, most likely because he's afraid of his own identity. Translation, hey man, I ain't with that gay shit. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. So you guys notice throughout the song, Chad's like, there's one little thing. There's just one little thing. He steady says that, I've seen this interpreted as Chad's own fear of accepting that he could be playing for the other team. Ryan wants Chad to just go for it, you hit it out of the park, swing his bat for the other team. As a kid, I never really noticed how sexually charged this number was. My boy Chad done already got taught by Ryan in the beginning with the bat. You feel me? Ryan is constantly tiptoeing. He got the hypnosis hat, with the black rims, trying to hypnotize my man Chad to play for the other team, tiptoeing around Chad all around the bases. And not to mention, I don't know how they done ended up switching clothes and eating some wieners, with the ketchup on, eating Wheaties, switch clothes. Wait, how did this get here? I'll tell you how. That's right, baby. We're gonna get down to the nitty and gritty of all of this. Let's talk about the mutual understanding. So to understand why this particular song in High School Musical 2 was a stepping stone, was a pivotal moment, a turning point for Chad's character, because Chad's toxic masculinity trait is that his identity is directly tied to basketball. In the first High School Musical, Chad is seen holding a basketball in almost every scene, except one, the scene where he goes on the roof and talks to Troy about, it's okay that he's into musicals and theater. Chad's entire arc throughout High School Musical, the first one, is learning to accept Troy for wanting to pursue musical theater and basketball, and that doesn't make him any less of a man. Interestingly enough, I'm getting this from online somewhere. Sport has played a central role in the enactment of hegemonic masculinity, especially during adolescence, with sport becoming the lending definer of masculinity. Dance for men is already seen as highly effeminate in Western society. Homophobia towards men in the theatrical arts is a key defining element in postmodern masculinity, which is the reason, Chad doesn't think it's okay for him to dance, even though he clearly enjoys it. In I Don't Dance, Chad constantly opposes the idea that he could be anything like Ryan, the most effeminate male character in the series. Chad's own masculine identity is built out of a culture that views musical theater as a non-masculine activity. Chad's identity being part of this culture that is actively prejudiced against Ryan's world, while at the same time feeling threatened that he, would actively thrive in that world. In terms of sexuality, Chad is trying to reject romantic advances coming from Ryan, but if he in fact was on that gay shit, he would hit Ryan's boosie out of the park. Because that's what Ryan wants. Chad's characterization throughout the series is one of a fragile masculinity that is threatened by his best friend's interest in the theater. That Chad participates in the dance, and the idea of change himself. It scares him. But the High School Musical, the numbers allows this character to grow past that fragility and reject the idea of hegemonic masculinity by letting his character take part in those productions of the music sequences throughout the series, as well as supporting his friend in this theatrical pursuit, going past the opinion that these activities are emasculating and make him and Troy any less of a man. Rather, they are greater men for it. So in conclusion, the real reason why Chad and Ryan switch clothes at the end of I Don't Dance is for a mutual understanding, for a mutual respect.
His concept of it was that, well, now you've both come to an understanding.
Chad has now gained Ryan's respect after he's been gamed, after he's seen how Ryan, you know, who is categorized as girly, effeminate, theater, dancer, can be just as good as a sport as a jock like Chad, who Chad says I don't dance throughout the song, but dances throughout the song because he is afraid and confused and conflicted with who he really is, you know. So it's just about acceptance, understanding both sides of the coin, however you flip it, and that you know, sports and theater is one of the same, you know. They're similar, not different at all. And respecting each other on both sides of the spectrum.
Be like, hey, there's no good side, there's no bad side. The theater kids and the sports guys, the jocks, can be all on the same team. We're all in this together.
What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in. If you like that, please make sure you like, subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. Guys, the last video that I dropped will be in the comment section down below too, so make sure you miss out on that. And if you want me to do anything else, any other videos, topics, let me know in the comment section down below. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. And love, peace. I'm gonna see y'all. Yeah.